everything right, it was you and me.
Hello everyone, my name is 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓲 and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to it if you are new. And I've disappeared for a little bit of time. Don't yell at me. I literally looked down at my calendar and I was like, oh my gosh, what happened to March? Where did March go? She went and disappeared on me. Like, I did not realize how fast March would go. Fell on the ball a bit. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you really should. I was posting updates on there, but I was really struggling with some anxiety recently, and I could barely read at certain points of the month. Like, it was just really intense for me. But I'm back now, and what a perfect way to end my reading slump, my anxiety moment, with a wrap up and a TBR. And today's video is my April TBR, and I'm very excited because I have some amazing books on my TBR. A lot of them are physical because this is my last full month of school. I just want to read all the physical books that I have here before going back home for the summer. That is going to be my goal. So a lot of these books are physical. Very excited, and yeah, without further ado, let's get right into my April TBR. Alright, so we're gonna start off with the non-physical books. First off, I want to read Getting Schooled by Christina C. Jones. This one is the audiobook that I have on Hoopla. I just started it, and so far I'm really enjoying it. And I believe this is a romance between a graduate assistant and a student. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm not very far at all into the book, but this is definitely a book that I have on my priority. Whenever I have free time, I'm gonna pop in this audiobook and try to listen. The next book that I would love to read is Phantom. This is another book that I'm currently in the middle of, 27% into it, and I'm really enjoying it. This is by Greer Rivers, I believe. This is a stalker romance, and I am loving it. There is some mental health rep. Our heroine has BPD, and it takes place in New Orleans, which you guys know I am a sucker for romance books that take place, or books in general that take place in New Orleans. It feels like a second home to me. I go there every summer, and so this takes place in the like French Quarter, like in New Orleans, and I am living for it. It's a stalker romance. Our heroine is a very talented opera singer. She goes to kind of like this opera college, arts college. There's leads and different like showcases and performances, and our hero actually owns the school and also owns the area that our heroine goes to school in. Kind of like anti-hero, very crimey. It's like rivaling sides of New Orleans. I just am loving it all. He stalks her and leaves her notes, and it is really fun so far. Yeah, I really am hoping to finish that in April. And then I would love to read Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute by 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓬𝓪. I have this book on Libby. I have not started reading this one yet, but I'm very excited. This is on my 5-star predictions list. One of my most highly anticipated books because I loved 𝓼𝓸𝓬𝓬𝓪's Brown Sister series. I'm pretty sure I rated those all 5 stars. They were amazing. I'm hoping, even though that this book is YA, that this one is as good. Now let's get into my physical books. Starting off with a book that I am in the middle of. Can you tell a running theme here? Like, I want to finish the books that I'm in the middle of. We have Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. This book is another one of her like STEM heroes and heroines. This will be the 4th book that I've read from her. I've read The Love Hypothesis, and then I've also read 2 of her novellas that she had on audio. And I am enjoying this so far. I am finding myself bored because I have read so many of her books with the same similar plot now. It's okay so far. I'm enjoying it. This follows our heroine, and she gets invited to work for NASA on this project, and her co-partner is somebody that she went to college with. In college, these two did not get along. She felt like he always hated her, and now that they're working together again, it seems like old habits die hard because he is still giving off the energy that he does not like her. And so these two have to work together. It's a romance. It's cute. I'm liking it. There's also a little bit of like a you've got mail trope in here as well, because these two run these anonymous Twitter accounts, and they're actually friends, and they DM and talk, but they have no idea that they're talking to each other. We shall see by the end of the month. My final thought, I'm kind of over the whole science thing. I know I'm picking up an Ali Hazelwood. What did I expect? But there's also certain things within that, like I'm tired of like her I'm so tiny heroine trope. I find that a bit annoying as well. Like every single one I've read so far is of a tiny girl. Ali Hazelwood's tiny. I get she's writing like from herself, but it's kind of like just too much. Like the guy is always like humongous and super tall, and she's really tiny and like, you know, like whatever. Then I would love to read Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm so excited. I was talking to my friend Em from Em Reads Romance, and she says this is one of her favorite books of all time. And so I have myself a little routine. Every morning I am going to read like at least a chapter of Malibu Rising, and it's just going to be like slow, leisurely paced book. I'm enjoying it. I feel like it's going to be really good. This is about a family, famous people. We have brothers and sisters. The dad of the siblings was also famous. He was in The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and also in Daisy Jones and the Six. And this follows his kids. We have like Nina, who's a supermodel and also a really good surfer. She's dealing with things with her husband. And then we have like her two brothers. One of them is championship surfer and the other one is a really famous photographer. And then they have an adorable baby sister. I don't think she does anything. She's young, she's like 20. And something happens. One night Nina is throwing a party. It's a very famous party. Everybody in Malibu goes. Then a fire happens. So you see like the events that lead up to that. This book takes place in the span of 12 hours from 7 to 7. I'm really enjoying this. I'm also doing a buddy read with my friend here at school. She just read Daisy Jones and the Six and she is obsessed. And she just started Malibu Rising. So we're like right on the same level and page. I'm excited to keep reading this. And then I would love to read The Connection by Morgan Elizabeth. Morgan Elizabeth wrote tis the Season for Revenge and I love that book. It ended up making my favorites of the year and now I just want to read like every Morgan Elizabeth. Very excited for this one. It's a small town romance. She is a single mother and he is her like football coach or something, I believe. Maybe basketball. I believe it's football or hockey. Football. There's a football on the cover. He's struggling a lot, the son, and he kind of the hero takes him under his wing. And it's apparently really, and I'm hoping it's really cute and good. And because of the problems the kid is having, like she's always having to go and meet with him. It's a small town. They run in the same circles. Like I'm just really excited for this and I hope it's as good as tis a Season for Revenge. And last but certainly not least, I would love to read Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin. I have been seeing this book everywhere for years now and I feel like it's just finally time for me to read it. I think I've read 2 other Pam Godwins, maybe 3, and I really enjoyed all of them that I read and I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm not the biggest fan of why choose romances and I feel like a threesome or a why choose. I have no idea. But it is kind of like a historical romance. They're pirates. I don't know much about this at all. For as much as I've heard about it, I've never fully like picked up what the book was about. All I know is that it's like either a love triangle, a threesome, or a why choose, and they're pirates. So it's a historical romance. That's all I know. I'm excited to read this. Hopefully I can get it done. I'm demanding that I do because I really just want to get read all my physical books here so for the summer I can go home with a fresh big stack of books that I've read. Like that will feel so good. And yeah, so those are the books that I am planning on reading in April. Let me know what you guys have on your TBR for April. I would love to know. Look into them, see if there's something I'm interested in. I love you guys so much. Again, I am so sorry for my like disappearance in March. I can't promise it won't happen again, but follow me on Instagram if you want updates. It's nayemasreads. And if you have made it to this point of the video, leave me a tulip emoji or just like a flower emoji. I don't know, it's April. May showers bring April flowers. Is that the saying? But leave me a flower emoji if you have made it up to this point. I love you guys so much and I will see you very shortly in a new video. Bye!
If I got one thing right, it was you and me.